Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. We got a shocking crime. Texas mom, tragic decision, and a tragic incident that has shocked the community. A Texas mother, 31-year-old Oninda Romelus, has been charged with murder following the shooting of her four children in a vehicle. The devastating event resulted in the deaths of two children and left two others injured. During a press conference, Brazoria County Sheriff B.O. Stallman highlighted the critical role played by responding deputies whose swift actions are believed to have saved at least one child's life at the scene. Join us as we delve into the details of this heartbreaking case, the ongoing investigation, and the impact on the local community. Stay informed and engaged as we discuss the complexities surrounding this tragic event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually video footage of a crime that happened with a mother. I'm not really sure what exactly happened, but that's why I always say we have to put our mental health first. Definitely have to treat our mental health, and we actually have to not be so quick to be judgmental to those that are in our family that may be struggling with a mental illness. Mother accused of shooting her four kids allegedly told investigators kill them all. Court documents obtained by a news outlet details disturbing allegations against 31-year-old Oninda Romelus, the mother who law enforcement says shot her four children. The Brazoria County Sheriff's Office said it all unfolded. It all unfolded Saturday morning when Romelus called them at 4:48 a.m. asking for authorities. The sheriff's office said they didn't know exactly what they were responding to at the time. Court records state that surveillance footage showed Romelus pull up to a gas pump, and talk on her phone as she was getting fuel. When deputies responded to the gas station of State Highway 288, the document said they found Romelus' car running with all doors open and some of the children's bodies covered in a white sheet. Now it goes on to say, according to those records, deputies found a 13-year-old boy slumped over in the passenger seat with gunshot wounds, and three other children in the back seat who were also shot. Law enforcement said the teen boy and a 3-year-old girl died, and a 8-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl were taken via life flight to a hospital in Houston where they are in stable condition, according to the sheriff's office. Romelus is charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Her bond was set at $14 million. According to court records, during an interview at the county jail, Romelus appeared to be paranoid about her surroundings while repeatedly looking toward the door. In those documents, investigators described how she initially said she couldn't talk about what happened, but then said, instead of them doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them. When an investigator asked, do what? According to those records, she responded, kill them all. This investigation went across county lines and took law enforcement north to a home in Montgomery County where investigators said Romelus lived. A neighbor told a news outlet that they spoke with, who did not want to show her face, said all of this was a lot to process. It's just heartbreaking. The neighbor said, I just want to cry. It breaks my heart because there's no reason for it. The neighbor said she used to see two of the children coming to and from the house almost daily. 13-year-old looked like a sweet young man taking care of his little sister, walking her home every day. The neighbor said, it's going to be hard when we sit out in the afternoon not to see him bring his little sister home and waving at them and telling him to be careful and have a good day. This is a lot, you all. This is a lot. Um, like I said, when it comes to mental health and really getting the help that you deserve. Like, help is definitely available. And for this mom to tragically take her children's life, you have to think, like, what was she going through? Was it stress? Did she have a support system? What was her this is it moment? Was she overwhelmed with stress? Was it bills? Were the children's fathers present or available? Are they incarcerated? I would want to know the backstory to make, because it sounds like a mother that was giving her best, that was trying her hardest, and life got the best of her. you know and then I also have to mention drug use, because at this point in time, I'm gonna tell you all like this. And this is from experience. I didn't have children at the time, but I knew people that did have children. They like ditched their children to go get high. Yeah. It was like they knew they had a responsibility, they knew they had children, but they ditched their children to go get high. And when you talk about being high, and when you talk about present day, and how things are being mixed, and things are being put out in communities, in specific communities. I mean, there was this one drug that had people frozen, like they were high. They stood up, but then they were slumped over. And it was an epidemic. I believe that it started like maybe in Philly, but in California, and some other states. And I want to say, if you got vulnerable family members out there, okay, good, good, good. If you have vulnerable family members out there, please be cautious, and please be aware, and always try to protect, as much as you can, whenever you can, because I'm going to tell you like this. Um, my heart really aches. My heart really is disturbed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my heart is very disturbed, and this is happening too rapidly, guys. Like, this is happening way too often, way too rapid. Like, we need to. It's something that we should be able to do as citizens of the United States. There should be something that we should be able to do, because this has to stop. And bringing awareness to it is the first start. So, speaking of bringing awareness to it, I'm just so choked up, y'all. I'm just trying to keep my composure, because this is not a story that I would want to just be covering, but we have to cover it. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this article might take a minute, but y'all just be patient with me. Okay, so we're gonna get a commercial, and then we'll get the okay. It's just lagging a little bit. Just be patient with us, y'all. When I saw this story, I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is too much. See, every time I click something, okay, how about I go back here? No, I'm not even gonna try to do that. Okay, so let's see if we can get some news coverage. Um, okay, it's Angleton. Okay, Hopefully we can get, okay, here it is. All right, hopefully we can listen to this article.
Well, now to a story which is so disturbing. So this is happening in the town of Porter, which is in just north of Houston. And we have our Jillian Hartman there. So we found out in Brazoria County.
Okay, so I'm not really sure what happened, but it kicked us off. I'm thinking that some of these stories is triggering the algorithm or is triggering a certain group of people that don't want us to speak about this. But I did want to let the story be known and just know that we'll continue to cover it. But on that note, we're going to wrap up and we'll see you on the next broadcast. So